The only thing crazier than the fact that it's already 2019 is the fact that 2009 was 10 years ago. From Avatar blowing our minds with its insane 3D visuals, still waiting on those sequels, Cameron, to Michael Jackson's death, 2009 was jam-packed with monumental pop culture moments. And the year was not only filled with fantastic movies and TV, it was also lush with incredible video game experiences across pretty much every platform. Seriously, some of these titles will blow your mind when you find out that they're over a decade old now. So today, we're counting them down. These are the top 10 games that turned 10 in 2019. But before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe, and also hit that little bell so you know when we upload. It's super helpful and keeps us making these videos. Thanks. Number 10, Borderlands. Holy shit, has it really been 10 years since the original Borderlands? Although its sequel was an overall better game, at least in my opinion, the original Borderlands was easily one of the best games to come out of 2009. This unapologetically Mad Max-inspired open-world action shooter developed by Gearbox Software was an overnight success back in the day. In Borderlands, you play as one of 4 gunslinging vault hunters who traveled to the distant planet of Pandora in search of a fabled alien vault. As one of the most badass games of the last decade, this sci-fi shooter also featured an insanely unique weapon and loot generating system. In 2009, it even set a Guinness World Record for having, let me say this slowly, 17.75 million unique weapons and pieces of gear. That's insane! Not to mention some of the best campaign cooperative multiplayer we've ever seen in video games. Sadly though, after Borderlands 2, the following releases just didn't quite live up to the original 2 games, but that doesn't mean we're not excited for any of the future releases. Number 9. Uncharted 2. Who could forget one of the biggest games of 2009 from veteran developers Naughty Dog? The Uncharted series has been a beloved PlayStation series since the original was released all the way back in 2007. Since then, the games have continued to snowball an insanely loyal fanbase. And for good reason, because these games just seem to keep hitting the mark. In Uncharted 2, you once again step in the shoes of the quick-witted, handsome journeyman Nathan Drake. This action-adventure 3D platformer game has you unraveling the mysteries surrounding legendary Venetian explorer Marco Polo. When it was released, Uncharted 2 was showered with praise for its amazing set pieces, in-depth character design, beautiful graphics, and stellar gameplay mechanics. It's an all-around best case when it comes to a sequel for an already loved original. And as you are probably aware, Naughty Dog has continued to raise the bar with the Uncharted series, but Uncharted 2 is widely regarded as the best. Regardless, if you haven't played any of the Uncharted games, strap in because you have hours upon hours of amazing action-packed adventure ahead of you. And not to mention, Naughty Dog's Last of Us Part 2 is looking to come out in 2019, which has us giddy with excitement. Seriously, if Uncharted 2 is any indication of what Naughty Dog is going to do with The Last of Us 2, we're hyped to say the very least. Number 8. Bayonetta. This hack-and-slash action-adventure game exploded on the scene in 2009 and was adored by fans of the genre. And it makes sense because it was developed by game designer, director, and Twitter troll Hideki Kamiya, whose work includes Resident Evil and the Devil May Cry series. Bayonetta is set within a fictional city in Europe and revolves around a shape-shifting witch named Bayonetta. This badass protagonist possesses magical attacks and can use her hair to summon demons to dispatch enemies. Yeah, her hair! And players were actually encouraged to use as much flair as possible in killing her angelic foes. I mean, who doesn't love killing with flair? Every game seriously needs style points. The game also featured a host of ways to fight, including melee, long-range attacks, complex combo strings, and an arsenal of weapons. The game implemented a feature called torture attacks, in which Bayonetta summons weapons like chainsaws or iron maidens to deal devastating blows to her enemies. They were nuts. Not to mention, the Bayonetta series continues to gain fans with recent remasters, including one for Switch last year, which definitely makes it worth the revisit. Number 7. Forza Motorsport 3. So, Forza Horizon 4 came out in 2018 and it was a near masterpiece when it comes to racing games. But back in 2009, this third installment in the Forza series elevated the genre in a massive way. Whether you love the exotic racers or classic muscle cars, this game had everything a racing fan could have dreamed of. This near-flawless, content-packed game let racers choose from more than 400 cars to take for a spin on a ton of real-world tracks. With its mind-blowing HD graphics and its ability to please both casual and hardcore racing fans, this Forza game had it all. Seriously, this was a 360 game and it looked gorgeous even by today's standards. And in 2009, Forza 3 was considered quite possibly the best racing game of all time. The only thing that may have dethroned Forza 3 since is, rather fittingly, Horizon 4. Number 6. Dragon Age Origins. The Dragon Age franchise kicked off with this title in 2009 and since then has released a whole slew of sequels and extensive DLC. But with all that came after, none were quite as remarkable as the original Dragon Age Origins. BioWare, which is the team behind Mass Effect, was responsible for this dark fantasy RPG that is referred to as a spiritual successor to their wildly popular Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights franchises. Dragon Age Origins puts the player in the role of the warrior, mage, or rogue from either an elven, human, or dwarven background. The player is then recruited into an ancient order known as the Grey Wardens and is tasked with taking out the demonic forces called Darkspawn. While still holding true to old-school RPG conventions, this game still managed to provide an engaging story and exciting combat. And if you've played all the games and are hungry for more, you're in luck because a 4th installment is reported to be in production. Number 5. Batman Arkham Asylum. There has been a slew of Batman games over the years, both good and bad, but when it comes to this 2009 release set in the haunting Arkham Asylum, this game was not just good, it was freaking mind-blowing. As the title suggests, this game is set completely within the walls of a security facility for the criminally insane located within Gotham City. Playing, of course, as Batman, you are given free roam of the place after hand-delivering the Joker to the asylum. However, you quickly realize this was a setup when Harley Quinn takes control of the security system and the Joker escapes into the facility. With the game's script penned by award-winning Batman writer Paul Dini, the game feels right at home with the best of the best when it comes to the Batman story. Seriously, this detective-focused game had everything you could want from a Batman game. Stunning visuals, an amazing original soundtrack, complex puzzles, and most notably, a hard-hitting, exhilarating combat system. A combat system that has inspired countless other games like Shadow of Mordor, Sleeping Dogs, Spider-Man, and even the Assassin's Creed games. Oh, and not to mention voice acting by Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. Do I need to say more? Number 4. Assassin's Creed 2. Similar to Uncharted 2, this sequel had fans beaming with excitement from the moment it was announced. And thankfully, also like Uncharted 2, it did not disappoint. A product of 2 intense development years by the original team, this vast open-world adventure had players stepping into the beloved role of Ezio. This brilliantly crafted, compelling follow-up featured incredibly fluid and swift game mechanics as well as impeccable level design. While there have been countless sequels, Assassin's Creed 2 will always hold a special place in my heart as one of the best games of the series and of 2009. Number 3. League of Legends. Today, this game is one of the most played games in the entire world, so it's kind of crazy to think about the fact that it came out 10 years ago and it's basically the same exact game. As the biggest multiplayer online battle arena game, or MOBA for short, in history, League of Legends was bound to make this list. The game also went on to become one of the largest esports mega hits and continues to dominate with upwards of tens of millions of dollars in prize money each year. Seriously, that's a lot of money for a free game. The competitive nature of League of Legends has somehow continued to take the gaming industry by storm, and there's no sign of it letting up anytime soon. This is especially thanks to the incredible developer support that Riot has given it since its release. Number 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Okay, this is a big one. This Call of Duty game is not only considered the best in a series of 15 games, it's also considered one of the best games of all time. And if you ask me, this 6th, yes 6th installment in the Call of Duty franchise 100% deserves that title. This pinnacle game of the series expanded upon the groundwork laid before it by its predecessor, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Setting the bar at a whole new level for AAA first-person shooters, Modern Warfare 2 had a memorable campaign as well as an insanely popular competitive deathmatch multiplayer experience. The game also featured the infamously controversial No Russian mission that had players take part in an actual terrorist attack on a civilian airport. Back in the day, that mission was seriously controversial. Could you imagine if they did something like that now? Honorable mentions. While there were hundreds of games that came out in 2009, there were definitely more than 10 that are worth mentioning, so here are a few that we deem honorable. First up, Skate 2. The sequel to the successful original, Skate 2 kept the momentum that Tony Hawk ignited and breathed new, realistic life into the genre. It was a must-play for any true skater, Tony Hawk fan, or just skateboarding fan in general. Then, before we had Dark Souls, we had From Software's Demon Souls. Set in a dark fantasy world, this action RPG had us looting and raging our way through 2009. And lastly, we had a trio of music games with DJ Hero, Beatles Rock Band, and Guitar Hero 5. All of those games had us rocking out through the entire year back when those were still popular. Except, well, you know, DJ Hero, because that one was bad and lame. Super lame. Number 1. Minecraft. Last on this list, a game that's basically turned into its own religion. Seriously, there isn't a store out there without some type of Minecraft toy or collectible. It's everywhere. In 2009, little did we know that this seemingly unassuming, dorky little web-based indie game would become one of the biggest gaming franchises of all time. As of October 2018, Minecraft had over 91 million people playing monthly. Let me say that again, 91 million. For a browser game that came out 10 years ago, that stat alone is reason enough for this crafting adventure game to land the top spot on our list. For real, this game started as PC only and exploded onto every other platform out there, including Android and iOS. You can play this game literally anywhere, and it's cross-platform. Not only that, but this game is also for everyone, at any age. Minecraft has somehow managed to capture the imagination of adults and kids alike. Whether building an insane mansion is your thing, or if you're an explorer at heart, the game has something to offer for all types of gamers. And unlike League of Legends, Minecraft has completely evolved over the last 10 years and continues to attract new fans and keep their longtime fanbase addicted with new game modes and things to do. So there you have it, 10 games from 2009 that turned 10 in 2018. Don't you feel old now? Anyway, thanks for watching ArcadeCloud. If you like what you saw, please be sure to share and subscribe, leave a comment too, and if you really like it, make sure to hit that little bell so you can get alerted for our next uploads. And while you're here, check out these other ArcadeCloud videos, ready for your viewing pleasure.